In this episode, I nearly kill a bicyclist. Weird flex, but okay. And we take the BRZ to Laguna Seca. We start off today's adventures with a problem.
So we're in the parking lot where we're staying right now, and the clutch has been feeling a little weird. So we're gonna bleed the clutch in the parking lot real quick, and then just see if we can get some air out of the line.
Okay.
There's clutch fluid everywhere.
Oh God, there are children.
We didn't break that, so it's good.
We're moving.
So much better.
Yeah?
It doesn't bite you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that did the trick. Cool.
Sweet.
Why don't you use a Tesla semi-truck, huh?
Another day, another cruise through Northern California as we made our way towards Monterey once again. As usual, we saw a litany of awesome cars, including Porsches, a Porsche, another Porsche, some Porsches, this Porsche, those Porsches, a variety of Porsches, and an old Toyota. Today's event was the Legends of the Autobahn concourse, which was held at the stunning Nikolaus Club, a golf course so freaking fancy they thought our BRZ was a golf cart and made us drive on the sidewalk. After parking in the ubiquitous scum class dirt lot, we made our way to the show, and boy oh boy, was it a hell of a show. German automobiles as far as the eyes could see, from every era and every manufacturer. If you're an automotive Germanophile or just a car enthusiast in general, then Legends of the Autobahn has something for you. Beautifully restored examples of classic models, iconic movie cars, modern builds, they had it all. Plus, all the respective car clubs were out in full force, repping their brands and hoping to win one of the coveted awards on display. We even met a couple of celebrities, with Jason Camisa being the main judge of the event and even bringing his personal 190E Cosworth. Then there was the legendary Barry Maguire, and hell, even the Michelin Man himself was in attendance. Overall, it was a darn good show. Neither Zan nor I are really fans of German cars, but there was a lot we could appreciate at a show like this. Plus, it's nice to see that at a show as posh as this one, the spirit of the car enthusiast stays true. Everyone was having a great time, and we really enjoyed ourselves just as much as we would at any local Sunday meet back home.
So tired. Can't wait to get home. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they cleaned it.
Who cleaned our car, dude?
I guess they felt bad for us.
Wait. Oh, dude, come on.
Ah.
Oh, good golly.
Fine.
We left the show truly impressed with the breadth of the car scene here in Monterey. At this point, we'd seen cars from every region of the world driven by young and old, men and women alike. There were just so many car enthusiasts here that Zan and I couldn't help but feel like we'd fallen asleep and woken up in a fictional Forza Horizon-esque dream world. Speaking of dreams though, our next destination has been on my bucket list since the first time I played Gran Turismo, Laguna Seca. I've raced at many a track in my life, but none have ever had the same lore as Laguna Seca. Now, all we could do was roll up and take some pictures, but even this much was so surreal to me. One day I hope to come here and race, but with local officials putting pressure on the owners about noise and constant enforcement of silly rules, I get nervous about the future of this legendary circuit. Perhaps it's worth the 2,500-mile journey from the Midwest just to race a single track day here. That would certainly make a hell of a video, that's for sure. Sadly, after that, it was time for Zain to head back home. I, on the other hand, had a little more time here in the Golden State, so I decided to meet up with an Albon alum, Shufi, and go on a bit of a drive. You see, the draw of California isn't just the prodigious car culture, it's also the breathtaking beauty of the state itself. There certainly isn't any shortages of sandy beaches, expansive prairies, or picturesque mountain peaks, not to mention the million-dollar homes. And oftentimes, the same people that love cars also fall for the allure of the natural beauty that California has to offer. Shufi and I spent a fair bit of time in Half Moon Bay, soaking up the sun and the sights. We don't get views like this in the Midwest, so I wanted to spend all the time I could and take it all in. Now, the other added benefits of Cali's mountainous terrain are the roads. And one of the legendary routes for canyon carvers in the know is Mount Hamilton. I'm talking mile after mile of switchbacks, sweepers, hairpins, and blind corners. This was by far the most challenging public road that I've ever driven, but thankfully we had a seasoned guide, Hussein, leading the way.
Nice. Yeah.
We swapped between his excellent BMW 135 IS and my BRZ as we made our way up the mountain. Both cars handled the roads beautifully, and I was quite surprised with the balance of the BMW. At the peak of Mount Hamilton is the Lick Observatory. Built in 1887, the Lick Observatory has been sitting up top the Diablo mountain range for over 130 years, and it's quite a sight to behold. But you don't have to look up into space to see the wonders around you, oh no. Up here at 4,000 plus feet elevation, you can look down at all the ranges of Mount Hamilton. Everything about being at that summit was breathtaking. The muffled hum of the breeze, the cold bite of the air, and the beautiful shades of amber rock and green trees, all set to the bluest of skies. And the cars, oh man, the cars. The 135, especially the IS model, is one of the last cars from an era of BMW that prioritized driver involvement over performance. And driving it back-to-back with the BRZ is such an enjoyable experience for those who crave that unfiltered connection between driver and car. But staring out at that landscape, I realized there's one thing that matters more than anything else: the people you're with. What truly makes an adventure memorable are the bonds you form with those around you, be it new friends you've just met, or old friends who you've missed, or that knucklehead who you can't seem to find yourself without. They're the ones who matter. The cars will break and rust away, and the mountains will erode into dirt and dust. But the connection of the heart with the ones you hold close to you is something that you'll never lose.